Hello and welcome you all to UPSC Unscripted. So from today onward, we will have few discussions on what is going on in international affairs and how it connect with India. The first videos of this series and the first topic what I chose is return of imperialism. Basically, I'm going to talk about what America is doing nowadays and what would be the impact of it in future. How China and Russia use these events as their moral cover when Russia intensified Russia intensify attack on Ukraine or China do naval blockade or kind of blockade of Taiwan. Okay, so here we'll understand what is Operation Resolve, what is Trump corollary. Basically, we will try to understand it with historical perspective, how how policy of America evolve. Okay, since independence, how has been American policy evolved since its independence. So everything was after independence, everything was going seamlessly and smoothly. But when James Monroe became president of United States in 1823 or before, he said that as the American continent, or you can say as the America got independence, they had the fear in their mind that any time or in future European powers or colonialist powers may come again here and capture our land or colonialize us again. So when when James Monroe came in power, he said if any European power, he was trying to create a kind of shield here. He said if any European power tried to capture our land again, even in Latin America or in Caribbean or anywhere which comes under Western Hemisphere, they'll have to first deal with America itself. Means if you come here, you have to first fight with America, then you can colonize us. Any or even single island he talked about. Okay. In short, what he said, don't even think about colonizing here again. And his theory became known as doctrine, Monroe Doctrine. And obviously, this kind of shields protected the Western Hemisphere's nations up to 1904. And time passed. Theodore Roosevelt became president of America. And what he thought at that moment of time, he thought America is now economically strong and militarily strong as well. So if we are strong enough, if we are economically as well as militarily strong enough, why we are defending ourselves? Why don't we dominate the world? As you all know that these colonist powers had already involved in multiple wars, and eventually World War First and World War Second happened, which weaken these powers ultimately. Okay, and the and their resources were also depleting. So what America did at that moment? America sent the resources. America lent out the loan to these nations, and eventually, instead of making America as a colony, America made these superpowers as a vassal state, or you can't say vassal state, but kind of ally over whom America always can dominate. Okay, and also what he said from now onward, America will polish whole Western Hemisphere, and eventually we will do kind of international polish. And at that time, it mainly limited to Western Hemisphere. But if you see today's world, America, we have more like a global police. You can see they have military bases everywhere. You can say in Europe, you can take Indian Ocean. If you go to Japan, there is Philippines. So obviously, since they are dominant member of NATO, they maintain a huge presence in Europe as well. So reality is America is the most dominant power right now, and no other power. Uh, Listen to me carefully. No other power can match America at this moment of time. Why? I can understand what are you thinking. I understand that you are thinking about China. Where is China? Where is Russia? No, China is economically strong. Yes, militarily, if you talk about numbers, fighter jets, submarines, nuclear power submarines, and aircraft carriers, they have a lot. They have kind of blue water navy. They have air space superior. They have air force superiority. Okay, but one major thing is missing: battle experience. China has never fought a major war in modern history except in 1962, and that too India could not respond properly. Understand? India could not respond properly at that. So China succeeded in capturing areas like Aksai Chin. So it's like this. Even if someone is an IITian or a doctor without real experience, people will not fully trust them. And few months back, an American organization released an air power index where India got sixth rank, and the first fifth placed were filled by American Air Force itself, kind of American Air Force, American Naval Air Force, American Military Air Force, American Coast Guard Air Force. So you can understand how America dominating the world. At seventh place, it was China. Why India uh, ascended one place, or why India placed one number or one place above the China? Because India did something what can be, or what China have not done in history, what India did in Operation Sindoor. Within hours, India destroyed 11, if I'm right, if I am right, there were 11 bases of Pakistan which were destroyed by Indian Air Force. Okay, so and world was watching it very carefully, America as well. So that's what the reason we got sixth place, or be placed at six numbers in that index. Okay, now before going to Trump's corollary, we have to understand what is absolute Operation Absolute Resolve. Okay, let's talk about what is Trump corollary. So as time passes, it's come 2026, and what is Trump doing on right now is known as Trump corollary. What Trump did since he was re-elected, he was talking about slapping nations with tariffs. Like he hit India's export with 50% tariff, and many other nations with 13%, 19%. And now he's very eager to take risks anyhow. And what they did, oh, sorry, what he did few days ago, by 3rd of January 2026, he allowed US forces to execute an operation named Operation Absolute Resolve, in where in Venezuela, to capture their president and his wife, and took them to New York. And now American court is dealing with them. So this was the Operation Absolute. But tell me one thing: was it the real purpose of, or was it the real intention of him? No. He wanted, in the name of restabilizing democracy, in the name of welfare of people, in the name of removing autocratic government, he basically what the American government want. They want oil reserve of Venezuela. Okay. What they want? They want oil reserve of Venezuela, which is pricing for now 17 more than 17 trillion dollars. Okay, and he want American companies, American oil companies to be there and extract and export, and the major chunk of benefit would go to America itself, and whatever left or rest portion will be enjoyed by the top leadership of Venezuela. And how he's justifying it? He's justifying it by saying counter narco terrorism operation to restore democracy. What I said, in the name of restabilizing democracy and all that. Okay, and his next target is Greenland. If I'll tell you his real remark, what I said few days back, he said We will try to find a deal with Greenland. Greenland is basically the part of Denmark. Okay, it comes under Denmark authority or Denmark sovereignty. Okay, and Denmark is also a member of NATO and also a member of European Union. Okay, you can understand it very well. So what he said, his remark was, we will try to have a deal with Greenland. If it is not possible, we will capture it by using our military. We will capture it by using our military. We will not going to Russia and we will not going to let it captured by Russia and China and let them beat our neighbors. I think you can understand the remark what Putin, Mr. President Putin said before attacking Ukraine. What he said, I don't want NATO to be at my backyard. And I think Western media criticized it, slammed it properly. Now what they are doing? They are silent. Even if the Mr. President is giving same remark, but no Western outlet is talking about it until it came until it became a matter of Greenland when they did when they allow what happened with Venezuela. Europeans accepted it and obviously praised Mr. President like UK's Prime Minister of United Kingdom. Um, his answer was a little vague, but somehow he was appreciating Mr. President Trump. Okay, so I think it's the matter of Greenland, and what will be about Greenland in future, we will see it. I'm just talking about what is going on currently and how it is connected to the history. Okay, how you can say how American thirst to dominate the world evolved. Okay, basically I'm talking about it. And the third target in Mexico, a little bit obvious. Okay, there are many drug cartels who export or not export, bring who illegally brings drugs to Americans, which eventually Americans use, and they are dying. There are many people who are dying because of using these drugs and because of being addictive of these drugs. So what America did with them? America declared or and designated these cartels of Mexico as foreign terrorist organization. And when they label someone as an FTO, they believe that now they have enough power to attack in the same name of in the name of democracy, security, and stability. Okay, America is not going to capture Mexico, but they want to eliminate these drug cartels from Mexico in the same way, not in the same way, but uh, what they use what they use as justification in Venezuela, like we are doing it to reestablish democracy, and and for there are many drug cartels out there in Venezuela. I want to eliminate it. I want a proper government who who work who work with America and with American interest, whose interest align with America. You can say like this. Okay. So basically what is happening is this, na? The concept of national border is slowly being replaced by security zones. National border is closely being replaced by and slowly being replaced by security zones based on US homeland security needs. And what is the logic of these doings? It's very obvious. There are few reasons why current government why current American government is doing this. The reason is November 2026, when US midterm election is going to happen or will happen. So before that, Trump is trying to, or the current government is trying to show something to their people that they have done enough to win the election, to win the midterm election. Otherwise, if Democrats if Democrats win if Democrats will win the election with majority, they will try to initiate a process to impeach the current president of America. So basically, Trump is trying to use these incidents or to portray these incidents as they have as their government has done enough in welfare of America, in American interest, or for the American people. Okay, so it is right. It is right, and it will be good, or you can say now American people come should come and support him to win the midterm election. Okay, and there are few topics which they don't he which he don't want to. When I say they means government, when I say he means President Trump. When the current government don't want to show, what are these points? One is current domestic economic inflation. Second is healthcare issues and the real phase what they are trying to do with Venezuela. And and one thing is very obvious, that aggressive foreign policy in history, aggressive foreign policy historically boost presidential approval rating during conflict, unifying the voter bases. And I think you know that current president's approval rating has been decreased because of these reasons: domestic economic inflation, healthcare issues. So I think this is it what we want to discuss. I think I have explained enough to understand there may be problems there. And if you think there was certain things wrong, you comment, write in the comment box. Okay, I'll try to correct it in upcoming videos. And here's the Mark Twain's quote: history doesn't repeat itself. Okay, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And you can see what current American government is doing. It's not repeating history but rhyming it. Okay. And yes, I think I have already talked about it: Russia's move, China's move, and how they are going to use it. And one thing I think I forgot. Sorry, I think I forgot is America is not designed to fight a three-front situation simultaneously. Okay, so when Russia intensify attack on Ukraine, or China tries to do something with Taiwan or any other nation like Japan, America would not be there to fight, to protect them, to fight back. Okay, because America would be already involved in wars in Western Hemisphere and so on. Actually can't predict it, but something may happen in future. Okay, so I think this is the end of this video. Order or chaos, I have explained it well. Is this the beginning of stable American century or start of global anarchy? You have to understand one thing very clearly. If America, like what they did very swiftly in Venezuela, will be able to do all other targets easily, it will change history. It will be like that what I said earlier, that there will be only one superpower. China may be economically well off, but they never fought a war in history. So they will never, I think they will not never, but they will try to keep themselves aloof from United States of America. So maybe they will not interfere. Russia and China as well, they will not interfere in Japan's matter again, because as Japan has already a defense pact with America. Like, America will always protect them when someone try to hurt their sovereignty. Okay, so I think this is enough for the day, and thank you. Subscribe for the full deep dive analysis. And this is my first English video. Okay, i'm trying I'm not able. I don't know that I am whether I did whether I did this video in right way or not. Let me know in the comment box what are the areas I can improve on. Okay, so thank you and subscribe this channel.